Good morning. It's 9:24 a.m. It is December 24th. It is the day before Christmas. I was going to say it was Christmas Eve, but since it's the morning, it's not really Christmas Eve. It's getting close though. So anyway, I'm going to I'm not really acknowledging Christmas. I mean, there's times where I do celebrate Christmas. What I mean by that is I actually put up a tree and that's been years. I haven't done that in years. It has not been very. I've been just going through hell in the last few years, and I have not celebrated Christmas, you know, in any way special. I would say in the last maybe 10, 12 years. It would have been nice had things went the way that I wanted it to, so that I could go get a tree, buy my son some presents, whatever. But I'm trying to get my life back together after this whole thing. I was doing some thinking last night. Last night I was doing laundry, which I was so glad to do because it was piling up. And I'm not the kind of person to let my laundry pile up. I like to get it done as soon as possible. I don't like things like bulging out of my hamper. It really drives me crazy. But I was like, walking around in the washing machine and was out. It's outside. So I was like going inside my living room. My son was sleeping on the couch, and I was walking by my TV, and I heard this religious discussion. I wasn't listening to all of it, just bits and pieces. It was kind of funny because it was like some of it almost sounded like some of the things that I've been recently touching on my videos. I really do think that, and my here's my thing. I never realized, I swear to you, I understood that like every once in a while my family kind of created a ruckus about my religious views or whatever, but I never really realized that in the United States that you would have to stand up and ever make a stand on what you believed because as far as I knew that we lived in a free country based on we had our freedom of speech, we had our right to our religion, whatever. So I never really believed that people would make such a huge deal out of it. Now I don't, like I said, I don't really know if he was talking about exactly the same things I was talking about in the last few videos, but I'm what I'm angry about is that I got dragged into it. Like I was somebody, like whether that be my sisters, my what do you call it, my biological family, not biological family, my adoptive family. I'm referring to. I have that would be Tanya, Rashawn, that's my brother, my ex brother, and then Lisa. Those would be my ex siblings. Made a big deal out of it, or it could have been my biological family who created this issue or whatever. I don't like being challenged on what I believe, especially in public forum, because what that does is it attracts tension and it creates this like mob mentality. Now, last night, this thought kind of came to me. I wasn't focusing on it, but I did make some videos recently, I would say like maybe 2 or 3 days ago, and I was talking about the experiment of Joseph Mengele. Joseph Mengele was known to experiment with twins, right? Now, I wasn't thinking about this situation. I also think it's really important for me to say and emphasize that I am not the kind of person to ever ask anybody for anything. I have always done it alone. And if I have suffered any setbacks, it's because of the obstruction and the propaganda that was set against me that I had no control over. Okay. Now, I kept thinking, is there a possibility that within this uh, quote unquote experiment, that this particular twin that I have was never meant to be, obviously we were never meant to be siblings. We were never meant to be the kind of siblings, like for example, when I was younger I saw the movie The Parent Trap. I'm talking about the 1961 Haley Mills version, which is my favorite, right? Where she meets her twin, right? And they just like first they don't hit it off, but then they end up hitting it off and whatever. I do not believe that I was ever meant to have a relationship with my twin. I don't believe that it was meant to be a cordial relationship or anything like that, or perhaps that we were ever even meant to cross paths. But I do believe that in the sick minds of Joseph Mengele, that he believed that we were supposed to be pitted against each other. I don't believe. I personally believe that this particular twin has done things to me to abuse me in some way, indirect way. Okay. I do believe that they were part of my, what do you call it, sabotage, a part of my harassment. Now, this just came to me last night. Okay. I am trying to get on with my life. I don't want to deal with any more obstructions. I don't want to ever have to explain myself. I'm sorry that this ever happened. You know what I mean? I feel like somebody created me. I know that they offered that to my father. My father accepted. Okay. Um, I came into being. Okay. Obviously, I'm a different person. Okay. I am not the Antichrist. I never, you know, thumbed down the idea of Jesus. I never created any of this. I just wanted to move to this community when I was younger, settle down, raise my son, you know, live a life and whatever. I am not interested in, I will not go back to a work job. And I do know that this particular soul tribe that I'm associated with has caused me problems because I don't want to be identified on Patreon. And what does that do to me? Once again, I am suffering for the issue that was created that I had nothing to do with. Now, I don't know if like my twin was working with my ex-siblings, meaning my sister Tanya and my brother, or whatever they got on the wrong path. I don't want to know about it. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want anything to do with it. I just want to go on with my life. You know, I believe in my videos. I believe in my work, and I believe that it's beneficial for people. I'm not saying that everyone has to follow it, but this is the sort of people who want to have an interest in those mysteries. Then they should be able to have a forum to go to and enjoy that sort of entertainment. I do think that there's some naysayers in this group, but I will tell you, if these people are naysaying me, whoever it might be, whether that be my adoptive family or my blood relations, thing is, I'm not the one who asked for this fight. I never asked for it, and I resent highly being a part of it and having my life set back because of something I never would have asked for, never would have brought on, never would have asked to be in. I don't believe in competing against anything. I just believe in living my life, and I certainly don't believe in justifying myself. And I'm angry. I'm very angry. Today's Christmas. I mean, the day before Christmas. I have no uh, Christmas hope, no Christmas joy, no nothing. I mean, it's just like these people have like taken so much out of my life, and I do resent that. I do resent it. I am not in any way. I just recently became aware of the fact that I had a twin. I've never done anything to sabotage this person, to hurt this person, or anything like that, nor do I ever have any future plans to. But I am not going to sit here and accept anyone into my life that has caused me that much pain, who has caused me this sort of setback. Okay, my goal in life is to just move forward. Now, I do have problems with Patreon. Not everybody is somebody who doesn't want to be identified on Patreon. If you have an issue being identified on Patreon, then set yourself up another email account. I'm being inconvenienced when I shouldn't be. I didn't ask for this, and I certainly would have never. I don't understand what kind of person could go along with some sort of experiment like that. You know what I mean? I personally, I would never, like, I could never, like, I don't know. You got to deal with, you have to be severely brainwashed to sit here and cause that sort of problem to another person. I'm not interested in competing against anyone. My main goal has always been to raise my son. He is now a grown man, and now I have to think about my life, and these people have created problems for me. I am not going back to the workplace. It has caused me too much severe anxiety. Okay, I know that there's people who want to laugh or make fun of my beliefs, and you know, I have every right to my belief. I didn't ask to be booted out of the workforce. I never asked to be a part of their entourage. I never asked to get anybody to have me job. These people are in the wrong, no matter how you look at it. And they created this problem. They created my setback. The reason why I'm not celebrating Christmas is you better believe it's their goddamn fault. Fix your fucking fault. I didn't ask for this. I'm not the one to blame. You know, it's the honorable thing to do, and it should have been done by Christmas. Seriously, I should have had funds in my account by Christmas. I'm not trying to be a bitch by any means, okay? And I certainly am very grateful to the support that I do have. Okay, but once again, you know, nobody should ever have to be poked fun of. If somebody comes out of the blue and pokes fun of your beliefs, they're the one with the problem. Because I've never sat here and like, you know, caused any problems and I would tell you, my adoptive family, they never, and what matters is this would be, you know, being instructed by my mother and father. They never imposed religion in our family. So it's bullshit for somebody to come in many years later and start telling me how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? And really, I don't really want it to be. You know, I don't want to have to deal with people who treat me this way. You know, I think I'm a good person. I'm somebody who I'm a sincere person. That's one of the reasons why I don't get along with most people, because I'm not the kind of person who would do anything like this to another human being. It would never cross my mind to compete against somebody. You know what I mean? In this sort of manner, to threaten my life and then be so nonchalant about it. It's not okay that I'm not celebrating Christmas. It's not okay that I don't have Christmas. It's not okay that I opened up my Patreon account in October and people did something to try to prevent that from thriving. And then it becomes a matter of debate about, oh, well, you know, we don't want to be seen on Patreon. Well, I'm sorry that you don't, but how about me? Why is it I'm always the one who suffers for something I would have never asked for? And if it's because Maria has different religious beliefs, well, I'm sorry. In the United States, I didn't think that was a problem. No matter how you look at it, I'm the one who ends up getting fucked. Now, my unemployment just ran out, and pretty soon I need to look for another apartment and figure out what I'm going to do. And see, I can't make these decisions. I cannot figure out what I'm supposed to do because of these people's problem. What are you going to do to fix your problem? It's your problem, not mine. I didn't ask for it. So what are you going to do? I would like to have some sort of resolution by Monday morning. If not by Monday, by Wednesday. What are we going to do? Because I'm doing everything I can to fix myself to get out of this hole that you dug that I didn't dig. And if you're saying, oh, well, we did it because, you know, you didn't follow our religious views, you know, you're basically admitting to the religious discrimination. So, I mean, I would like to expect because there's no way in the world I could not have Patreon. There's no way. Unless, of course, there's some sort of campaign against me. And why would you have a campaign against me? For something. For why? Because I don't go to your church? There's no reason to. Okay? You're in the wrong. I expect resolution of this problem soon because, like, I want to get out of Bakersfield by January. I want to be out of this community. It's nothing against the community. I understand the community was under my control. Just about every community. It was instructed throughout the United States, which I find very fucking shocking, that people would actually participate in this form of genocide, religious genocide on top of it, and racial genocide on top of it, in the United States of America. That blows my mind. Okay? But I want to start thinking about what other options I have for my living, what I'm going to be doing. I have to make decisions, and I'm always being set back. Not because I didn't get a jump start, not because I didn't do what I was supposed to do. It's because of these people. It's your fault. I'm talking about my biological family and also as well as my adoptive family. It's your fault. So figure it out. I'm not the one who should be inconvenienced. It's not my problem if the people who were stalking me don't want to be identified, and then they put me in a bubble to where I'm kind of being censored and I'm not able to have a channel that is, like, you know, available to everybody and whatever. You want to control my support. You want to control this. Well, fix it. Everyone in town knows who's responsible, so fix it. I want this issue solved no later than fucking Wednesday. I'm sick and tired of it. Fucking sick and tired of it. You know, I think I've been nice. I think I've been kind. I think I've been very understanding for the very longest time. And really, I mean, I'm just, I don't want to remember this issue. I want to move on. Okay? I'm very angry. Very angry. It doesn't matter if you don't like what I believe. It doesn't matter if you don't like what I believe. I do not wish to have a relationship with my twin sister. I do not wish to have one. Okay? Because obviously I do believe that if you ever try to stand in my way and try to change my life in any way, knowing that my lifestyle is precious to me, fuck you. Fuck you eternally. I don't care who you are, what blood runs through your veins. Fuck you. We are done. Fix your shit and get out of my life. Okay? I'm not somebody who's sitting here trying to, suck up or get anything out of somebody's name, or trying to like use this particular person who's related to me to try to get some. I didn't ask you for shit. This is all on you. I have zero interest in competing with you. I have zero interest in knowing you. Especially after all of this. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, I think I've said enough. I want to move on. Okay, I want to get out of this community. Okay, it's nothing against the community. It's just, I want to just move on and forget what happened to me. It's been too much. I have every right to want the money that I make. It is my ideas. They're my belief systems. It's my idea. It's my research. It's my whatever. It's my passion. Okay? Workplaces have become too toxic. Why? Because of these people. Because of an experiment that was meant to destroy me. Okay? I don't mess around with Joseph Mengele shit. Okay? I'm not comfortable with it. It's unfortunate that I'm a victim of something I would have never asked for. Okay, but I'm not the one who sat here and threw out the bullshit. I'm not the one who did any of the harassing. I didn't do any of the blocking. I didn't do any of this. This is your fault, so please fix it. I don't want to have to sit here and like worry and cringe every time I look at Patreon because I don't have the subscribers that I'm supposed to have because somebody's blocking it. I can't tell you, I get traumatized every time I think about you people. There is no pleasant thoughts or association with this issue. None. Okay? So if you have an issue about being identified with Patreon, you get with Patreon and you try to fix this shit out. You're the one who manipulated everything. You're the one who manipulated everything. So please fix it. Okay? If you can't fix it, and if you're the one who's blocking my subscribers, well, guess what? Get these people, change their email, and start all over again. Or whatever you have to do. I'm tired. I have been set back for your fault. Your fault. Your fault. Your fault. Not mine. So anyway, I'm sorry. I'm just angry. Because once again, Maria is inconvenienced. Maria is set back. Maria is the one who suffers. I'm tired of suffering. Why should I suffer? I shouldn't suffer. You know what I mean? I think I've been very, very patient. And I shouldn't have been patient. Because a lot of people, when people go postal in the workplace, this is the kind of shit that why. Because it's sort of like covert operation, people thinking it's funny to fuck with a person, and this person snaps. I would never do that. Okay? I would never snap like in the workplace like these people, but this is why they do it. Because somebody's dangling their life like that. Just, I'm sorry if you don't like who I am. I'm sorry if my lifestyle triggers you, but I am under no obligation whatsoever to cater to someone I never met. And by the fact that I was given up is an admission that you didn't want me in your life in the first place. So why sit here and creep around? Because it's an act of hatred. That's what it is, and I don't fucking appreciate it. I don't fucking appreciate it. So please step out. So for people who don't have a problem being, identified on my account, please go ahead and show your support and start supporting me because I really do appreciate it and I really want to serve my viewers well. I want to be able to cater to your requests. If you have something that you want to see, let me know so I can create that content. Like there's some people who are interested in like maybe I've been encouraging other people to look into their own heritage, okay? But like, for example, I don't really work with circles, but I did do an example on what a circle would look like. If you have a question, maybe like, you have an interest in superstitions or something, you want a clarification or something, I want interaction with my audience. I am being limited for something I shouldn't be limited for. I shouldn't have to fight for my religious stance in the United States of America. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm not anti-Jesus, okay? But let's just say, for example, if I was somebody who outright hated Jesus, okay? I mean, I could not stand him, and I didn't believe in him, and I didn't think he existed, whatever. I would still legally have the right to say that on a channel without censorship, because I would have the right to do that. But I have never spoken ill against Jesus. Obviously, Jesus has always been, the ideal model of a spiritual life. Okay?
what else did I want to say? Yeah, I'm just blowing off steam because, you know, I'm dealing with something that I shouldn't have to deal with. I'm angry because I've dealt with bullying. I want to move on with my life. I want charge of my life, and I should have, you know, I shouldn't have to worry about that. I would say that the people who were involved in this, the main perpetrators, the people who were like the big head honchos, the people who have, I don't know, I'm not going to say who it is, but I think everybody in this community and everyone else knows who it is. I'm not saying anything. Okay, but I'm so sorry that you came into my life. I am not honored that you're in my life. I'm disturbed that you're in my life. I do not like you. Okay, I'm just going to be honest. I don't like you. All right, but I'm being civil and I'm being like very, you know, I don't know what to say. Okay, I'm not comfortable with it. I think it's sick and I think it's twisted and I'm not comfortable with it. To pit your blood relation against another blood relation and to have other people participate in it, it's fucking barbaric. I'm not participating in it. I have no interest in competing against somebody I don't even know. Okay, I just want to go on with my life. That's all I want. Okay, I know that I've made money. I do have an idea of the kind of money that I'm making on Patreon that I am not have access to because of these people's tantrums. Okay, it's my money. It's my success. It's what I need in order to survive. This I'm not changing my course of direction. I'm not trying to like take away the fact that you believe that everybody should be Christian, so you're going to try to shove that down everyone's throat. That's not. I'm surprised that that stuff's happening. That's why I'm like, I'm disturbed that that's happening. You know what I mean? But I don't want any part of it. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap up this video. I had to like just vent because I'm so tired of having to deal with each little bit of everything I have to do when it comes to being online is traumatizing. All of it's traumatizing. Okay. Obviously, there was some sort of like competition that my this twin was enacting. She took that shit all on her own. I don't know if other people encouraged her. I have never met this person. I never spoke to this person. I don't want anything to do with this person. But I will tell you right now, if you caused me the heartache and the pain that you did, I don't ever want to see you, or I don't ever want to mention you. You need to just not be a part of my life. Period. Okay. So anyway, I'm very upset. I wanted to have Christmas this year. Okay. I wanted to listen to Christmas music. I wanted to, watch my old Christmas pictures. I wanted to get in the Christmas spirit this year. Okay. And then once again, these people, it's their fault. Their fault. Their fault. Their fault. Their fault. Oh, by the way, you know what? Yesterday I did post a video about, I was talking about people, the rumors that they were saying about me. And of course, they were all exaggerated. And it's always from the perspective of somebody who doesn't really know what they're talking about. But one of my videos got flagged yesterday, and I thought that I marked it already for viewers for over the age of 18. That's what I remember marking, but they did notify me that it was marked for people who were over the age of 18. And of course, I knew the sensitive nature of that video, so I did make sure that I marked it that way. I don't know why they notified me. Maybe that's a standard procedure. But you know what? I'm tired of being attacked for my beliefs. I literally have a very quiet existence. I mind my business. I come home. When I used to work, I would come home. I would, kick back, do whatever I had to do, then go back to work the next day. I never sat here and created ruckus. I never, knocked on my neighbor's door and told them that they needed to change their religious views. I never did any of that. Okay, so what I ended up having to do was deal with was that's terrorism. When you do what you guys just did, that's an act of terrorism. Why the fuck do you think I'd want to have anything to do with you? I don't. I don't. Okay, you were seriously mind controlled to participate in something like this. Anyway, did you know that Mengele was a part of this? Did you think that was okay, or maybe because you thought that somebody with status, I'm not going to mention who it is, but someone with status over in England, told you to pit yourself against me, and so you thought that was okay. Well, I'm sorry that you did, but you enjoyed it a little too much, and I can tell that you're sick, so leave me alone. I don't want a relationship with you. I want to move on, okay? Whatever you did to my Patreon account, whatever you encourage, that's your problem to fix, but I expect to be fixed quickly, because I want the fuck out of this town. It's time that I start living my life. You have held me back entirely too long. I'm sick of it. Sick of it, okay? And I know I have an idea of how much money I'm supposed to be getting. Okay, and I am never wrong about these things. I don't think I'm wrong. So please let me just get on with my life and let me forget you. Wrapping up this video. I'll be back with another video sometime later. Take care.